Okay, so, why don't you guys first of all talk about who your client was?
Well, our client was Candy, and she has MS, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she can't use, is it her right side?
Yes, her right side. She can't
Yeah, her right side, and so we tried to make something easier for her to open up this, which is a peanut butter jar, 'cause it's like her favorite snack. And so like, obviously she can't like use her right side, so it's hard for her to open it. So we wanted to like create something to make it easier to hold it so she could open it.
Okay, and how did you figure out what was hard for her?
Just by interviewing her and asking her questions about what she can
Mhm.
and can't do.
Mm-hmm. So building some empathy for her? Yeah, yeah. How did you, how did you come down on that? Cause I'm sure she told you more than one thing that was a problem, right? And you just kind of focused in, what made you pick that?
Well, when she mentioned that her favorite snack was peanut butter and that she had a hard time opening peanut butter jars, I don't know, like it just came to my head like right away to make something that like she can put her jar of peanut butter in and have it tighten up so it could be easier for her to loosen the cap.
Okay. So what was the most meaningful work that you've done? Just think about the whole class now, not necessarily just your work with Candy, but what was the most meaningful thing that you did in the class? And you can both answer that.
I mean, I guess just like knowing that you're helping somebody else.
Yeah,
It's
like
like,
someone that you can't, that has a
Yeah.
hard time doing things that like us three we can do that's easy, like having her or helping her out, making her life a lot easier is really meaningful to me.
Okay.
yeah, just like help, like being able to like take something that's like their problem, I guess, and helping them make their life easier so that they can like function easier, because like obviously like she can't use her whole right side, so it's kind of hard. So like the most meaningful part is like making something to help her like be able to live normally.
Mm-hmm. And to do things that she wants to
Yeah.
do normally, right? Okay.
Enjoy her jar of peanut butter.
Yeah, exactly. While you were working in this class as whole, so while you were in biotech, what made it personal for you? So when were you like, "God, this is really a personal thing? Like this isn't just like, me doing a test or all that." What made it more personal for you working in biotech?
For me, I guess it was like, it was kind of like a opening to like my like future, like what I wanted to do next, and so it kind of like helped me like connect like what I wanted to do like in college and stuff like that for like my career.
Good. And what is that? What are you thinking you want to do?
I haven't like decided 100%, but like I'm more than likely like therapy, like helping people, so like therapy.
Good. So it made enough an impression on you that you felt like, I enjoyed like helping people
Yeah.
become more independent. Maybe that's what I want to do to explore in college. Okay, good. What about you? What made it more personal for you?
I guess I could kind of piggyback off of what Hunter said. Like, it definitely is what made this more personal is like realizing that like not everyone is perfect and that everyone has their own battles that they have to battle, and just like having that extra help makes it a lot more personal to me.
Good. How have you been successful in this class? Like, how do you rank? Like, you obviously get a grade, but what do you see as your successes in this class? Not that you made it to the end, but.
I definitely feel like one thing that I feel successful for is like building bonds with people and being more social.
Now, are you talking about like students, like clients, people in the building? I mean, what are you talking
Like,
about?
to never meeting Candy once in my life, to like knowing so much about her, building
Okay.
empathy.
Building empathy?
Mhm.
Yeah. What about you?
I mean, kind of like the same thing he said, just like building those relationships with people and like taking it all in and like learning about them and like like especially with like the relationships like with the teachers and like learning who knows what to help me with what, kind of that's like.
Yeah, building those relationships of being able to enter into somebody's classroom that you normally might not. Okay, good. I noticed that neither of you said grades, did you? Like that, that necessarily wasn't the thing. Okay. What did you learn about yourself that you will use as you go on into college or your career, whatever you decide to do? Like if you're just gonna go into the work world, what did you learn from this class that might help you moving forward?
One thing that I learned is that this was really hard. Like, just this simple thing was hard to do, and
To design something and
Yeah.
make it, yeah,
Yeah, so like pushing myself harder to get this completed, so not quitting.
not quitting, so you learned really to stick with it, yeah, good,
I guess like I learned that like helping people was like something I wanted to do. So like taking like helping like people like get through like tough times or whatever it is, just like helping them was like kind of like something that I would think I'll take.
okay, so you really enjoyed like that assisting somebody
Yeah.
become more independent, okay, good. There's a career for that, you know, it's called occupational therapy,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sounds like my teacher does that.
In what ways did it make a difference that you were making something for somebody? I mean, we could do this, you know, all day long, just like creating something new and, you know what I mean, like being inventors. Did it make a difference? I know it did, but in what ways was it different because you had a client? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I would say it totally felt a lot different from having a client than having like a school project.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. That's a great way of explaining it. Why did it feel different?
Because you're not doing something to get a good grade. You're doing it to help someone out that needs their help.
And like kind of like what he said, but like in a school project you get like you have like a rubric and you have to do this, do this, do this. With like this, you kind of like you do what you want, you take it to them, they tell you what they want and like what they think would be better if you change, and then you take it back. It's not like you do it one time and it's done. And so like the fact of like having like multiple times, like trying to fix it up.
Gotta fail to succeed.
Yeah. Did you learn that? Was that tough?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because in school, I think sometimes do you feel like you fail and then it's like, all right, well, I'll take the D, or I'll
Yeah.
take the F, and then I'll do better next time on the next test,
Yeah.
which has nothing to do with the test you just took.
Right.
I mean, it's safe to fail. Was it? I mean, it's not completely safe because I'm sure I made you feel a little uncomfortable when you were failing sometimes.
I wanna
But
cry.
that pushing forward, right? That you realize
Yeah.
it's okay. Like my grade isn't dependent on the first time it didn't work, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's a powerful statement, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And if you take that forward, knowing like, as long as I get those chances to make it right, we sometimes sell you kids short. When I say your age, we say,
Yeah.
oh, they don't really care, but they don't care because they haven't been exposed to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people, I do find that students, you know, kids your age step up to the plate when they're allowed to make those failures and then be successful. So good. What is one thing you wish you could have done differently, or what's one thing you wish you could change about the class or about what you did? Anything, just something you would like to have changed if you look back and think, oh, I wish I would have done this earlier, or anything.
I mean, I definitely feel like I could have.
Anything? I mean, there might not be anything.
No, let's see.
Anything?
I'm thinking. I feel like there's a lot.
Pick one.
Like anything that we could like change about like this.
Or the class, or anything. Yeah, it could be that. I mean, you wish you would have done something different earlier. Been here I mean, you did
I just wish we
class
had
in a
more time.
pandemic,
Yeah, I
so
wish
you were
we-
only here 2 days a week.
Yeah, I definitely wish we could have more than 2 days a week to do something, because I definitely feel like we could get a lot further and
Mhm.
improve a lot more if
Yeah.
we had more than 2 days.
Right,
a
you
week.
had 2 days on, 5 days off, let alone
Yeah.
if somebody was absent or all that, yeah,
Mhm.
okay, good. What is one thing that you have to pick one thing. What is one thing you are most proud that you did this year? And it doesn't have to be in this class, I mean, just tell me one thing that in this weird year that you are most proud of.
Graduating.
Huh?
I said graduating.
Graduating, yeah, it was tough, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that I'm pretty proud about is like hearing how like happy Candy was to see like our prototype and like how much she really liked it.
Yeah, something little.
Especially how much like work we put in just this little thing, and seeing how much she's like really looking forward to using this in the future.
Mm-hmm, yep, right, you're making somebody that much more independent in a little area, right? I mean, it's opening a jar, for heaven's sakes, right?
Yeah, but like
Yeah, but
it's
it's-
not as easy as it is
Yeah.
for as it is for us.
Just like you said at the beginning, what we take so you know, we just think, oh, it's so easy, you twist the jar off, and you've changed something that, right,
Mhm.
that's so easy for you, that is impossible for her.
Yeah.
So you've made something possible that was impossible. Okay, all right, any other things you wanna say? No?
Is that it?
That's it, so it's been really good having you guys in class, I know it's been a tough slog sometimes, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you're there, you did it, well, almost, your client's coming back tomorrow. All right. Good job, thanks, guys.